What up, pop punkers? We're back with a reaction to the Rock Sound list for the best pop punk albums of all time. In fact, they did their top 100.
You heard that right. Of all time, guys. We actually did the first half of this list over on my channel, which was numbers 100 to 51, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. And now we're actually getting into the top of this list, and so far, we're not gonna spoil anything, but
yeah, we have our hesitations with the list. We had our hesitations even going in, seeing the nominees. There were a lot of very recent pop punk albums that got nominated for this list.
Some within the past like 6 months already.
Some within the past month.
Exactly.
For the list coming out. The list dropped about a week before we made this video, and let's just go ahead and get into the thick of it. Make sure you check out part 1 over on Hannah's channel. It's linked in the description, or else there'll be a pinned comment. Subscribe while you're over there, and of course, drop a like on this video. Let's just go ahead and get scrolling and see if we've got anything good or if we've got some more bad.
Number 50, Rome Again.
Huh.
Great heights and nosedives. I actually like this album a lot. It came out last year, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I thought it was a good album. Nothing amazing. It didn't make my top of the year or anything. So seeing it at number 50 is kind of concerning.
But
no
like,
offense.
of all time.
Right?
Of all
yeah, just keep
time.
in mind, guys, this list is of all time. Not within the past 10 years, and the majority of stuff here is like
the past 5
recent,
years, yeah.
Which is very
concerning.
Say anything.
I love the artwork for this. Say
they
anything.
Play that at every
pop
emo
punk night,
pop punk night, all that.
I called her on the phone and she touched herself. She touched herself. Down to number 48, we have The Academy Is Almost Here. That was their first album. That was like 05, I think. I got into them because of like the game Burnout. They had a song on the soundtrack there. I don't really, would you consider The Academy Is pop punk though? Like William Beckett and the whole scene?
I don't know, not
like,
entirely, but
yeah.
I guess.
Let's see what's at 47.
The story so far, What You Don't See. Okay, I'm still waiting for Under Soil and Dirt, because that is like my favorite album by them, but this is a really good album. I know a lot of fans love this one, so I'm not mad about this, honestly. How do you feel about it?
Ooh, I maybe it's growing on me a bit, but I still don't really like Parker, like, especially when he gets like really, the moments where he gets like way more aggressive on this album. I'm just not like super into that. I'm more into the like the chiller vibe of the stuff that they're putting out now, you know? Yeah.
Well, we need to listen to it again then.
Well, okay.
Maybe tonight?
You already made me watch Titanic today. We're gonna have to do this too. Yumi at 6, Take Off Your Colors. Take them off. Go ahead. Do what the album said. No. I don't really know this, to be completely honest. I didn't get into them until I heard the song with, and not that I ever really got into them, but the first song that I heard was from Ollie Sykes on Sinners Never Sleep.
I got into them because of that too, and then I had a small, like, where I was kind of into them for like a year, because they put out an album that year and I really liked it.
Did you have a fan account for them?
No.
Then you weren't a fan. Yay, the debut album, Taking Back Sunday, Tell All Your Friends. Yeah, I'm not at all surprised. It should be here.
All the Wonder Years, Suburbia.
I've given you all, and now I'm nothing.
That makes a lot of sense, obviously.
Oh, the Offspring Smash. I just reviewed this year because they did the vinyl reissue. Yeah, I obviously love the album. We already talked about the Offspring over on your channel for the first part of this, so if you're curious on our thoughts on Americana, then make sure you check out that link. Oh, Newfound Glory. Yeah, and I'm not going to complain about really any of Newfound Glory's stuff being here, even if I don't find it that amazing.
Same.
Hey,
Sum 41 does look infected.
Yeah, it does look infected. Still, after all this time, it definitely does look infected. But this is a great album. It showed that they were willing to continue to like change things up, especially their first like 3 albums. They just constantly just were kind of shaking up their sound by adding different kinds and styles of riffs, different types of guitars in their music, and even different types of like vocals and lyrical content, mixing it up and shaking it up. I really like this. Probably this and All Killer are probably my favorite Psalm albums.
Green
39.
Day Kerplunk.
Yeah. I would argue that that's more punk than it is pop punk, especially this being their second album. But still, obviously, I love this album. I love Green Day.
Yeah.
And there's so many great songs on here. Christie Road is one that I come back to a lot. Yeah. Who's going to complain about this?
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah, we were talking about Jimmy Eat World on the first part of the reaction because another one of their albums did make it. But I do feel like this one is more so deserving of the spot because it was coming out at a time when they were maybe not doing super pop punky things, but also in the sense that like this type of music was starting to kind of dominate in the mainstream, and Bleed American was a huge album. I mean, this was massive. The middle was all over the radio.
That's like probably the main reason a lot of people.
Yeah, it's funny because like, you know, sadly, you mentioned the middle now, and people are like, oh, the Zed song, why don't you just be me and then me now? And I'm like, no, not the piece of shit. I'm talking about the good one. With Confidence, Better Weather, oh boy.
37 of all time.
God, that album's so safe. Like,
it's fine. It's like, enjoyable. There's some pretty good songs on it, but I mean, of all time, people.
36 goes to A Day to Remember for those who have heart.
A Day to Remember, yeah, this is a great album. I know a lot of people love this album. I think it's great. Do you like this album?
Yeah, it's definitely more intense.
I definitely think, like, if any A Day to Remember album's gonna be on here, though, I would think, Homesick or something, just because it's a little more poppy, or
more pop punky.
What's the other one called? The one right after that?
What Separates Me From
that
You.
One.
Yeah, both of those are. I guarantee you, Hannah. I will put money on the fact that at least one of those will be here, if not both.
Yeah,
if not both.
But like, I'm kind of surprised this one made it for pop punk.
Sure, it's a little bit heavier. Hey, there you go.
The
there
story
it is.
so far, Under Soil and Dirt, number 35. I'm fine with this. This is my favorite album by them. I think it's a great album. I can listen to it any day.
What's some really good songs that I might remember from this?
Quicksand's on here.
Quicksand. Quicksand.
High Regard's a good one. Daughters. Placeholder, Rally Cap. I love every single song on here. Like, this is a great album.
Hey!
All Killer No Filler by Sum 41.
Yes, this was...
Couldn't not be here,
yeah,
I feel like.
that had to be here. This came out in 2001. This was one of the first albums that I ever owned. I owe a lot to this album because it was like one of maybe like 5 CDs that I had like in rotation that I kept hidden from my parents. Ooh, are you serious? Are you serious? Oh, no.
Number 32, As It Is. Never Happy Ever After.
Oh, boy. That's their debut album.
There are maybe 3 songs on there that I like.
Maybe like for me, like 2 songs that I would ever like listen to.
But overall, guys, come on. Who let the 14-year-olds?
but like, I just don't understand because
this is not a great album.
No, this album is so fucking cheesy. And
it's really like cheesy.
It's really cheesy.
Immature, like just very like.
Dial tones might be kind of catchy, but still, even going back to something like that, it's not even that good.
It's nothing that I'm gonna be like, I need to like listen to this all the time.
Dear fucking Lord Rock Sound. Of course, Rock Sound readers and voters and people who voted for this. Of course, no pads, no helmets, just balls is on here because guess what? We're all just kids. I'm just a kid. Life's a nightmare, right? Fuck you. Seaway Vacation, 30. Oh.
It's a good album, but I don't think it deserves to be on this list.
29. Sticks and Stones. Yeah, this is
is this the third New Found Glory?
Yes. This is one of my favorites from them, though. So yeah. I do like this. I'm glad that it's here. They are staples of the scene, as we've said. So, yeah, moving right along. 28. State Champs Living Proof. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? How many times am I going to have to smash this poor innocent water bottle before Rock Sound decides to fucking not induct albums in the top 30 that came out literally a month and a half or 2 months before the fucking list? fuck you. This album was so safe, so plastic, so...
Not memorable.
Oh, not memorable at all.
I can't even tell you, like, a chorus of one of the songs if I tried.
Oh, I could. What? Oh.
Yeah, that one, which was, like, the worst one.
Hey, here's an ad for fucking this album. Do you like John Feldman? Do you like safe production? Do you like safe lyrical content? Do you like a few good songs that occasionally sound okay?
Over and over.
Yeah, do you like just pop punk and what everyone thinks pop punk is from the outside looking in? Then you'll love Living Proof, because it's the living proof that this album can be boring.
You guys saw both of our reviews. Like, it's a fine album, but Jesus fucking Christ, 28, and it came out this summer
In June.
And you're telling me this is one of the
time.
best
Of all
pop
time.
punk albums of all time? There's not even one song on there that I would consider one of the best of this year.
No.
There's so much better shit that came out this year, or is going to come out this year, than this. Like, just no. Just no.
State champs.
Right next to each other. This
State
one,
champs.
if anything, this one deserves way
Yeah.
more than the other one, because it's more, I guess, it's a little bit more aggressive.
Raw and aggressive.
Raw.
Yeah.
It's not like aggressive, but it is a little bit, not as smooth and like whoa, as their other ones.
Yeah, this is definitely their best.
I swear to God, if Around the World.
You know it is. I think Around the World's gonna be top 10, unfortunately.
I'm gonna fucking kill somebody.
Knuckle Puck Copacetic, yay!
Knuckle Puck Copacetic deserves to be here, but I don't think it deserves to be that high.
No, me either.
I mean,
good
it's
album.
a great album, one of my favorites, but like...
It's a little bit wordy for me.
Guys, yeah.
As I read from my dictionary. Blink
There it
182,
is.
Dude Ranch. We see our first entry from Blink. Yeah, I expected this one to be on here, particularly because so many diehards in the pop punk vein, like pop punk family, love this. I like this album, but I don't love this album. I like even Cheshire Cat, their first album,
Really?
better than Dude Ranch. This is like definitely one of my least favorites. Mayday Parade, Sunnyland. Didn't that just come out? That's their new
Came
one.
out this summer.
That came out the same day as State Champs, and it's on the list.
This is one of their better albums, and I'm glad that they improved a lot.
But-
But again, this just came out.
The problem...
And it's already the top 25 of all time.
That's
like,
the
fuck.
23.
Bowling for Soup.
Drunk Enough to Dance. Yeah, this one definitely. Hold on, what is this description? Though only just released, Mayday's latest throwback release has the makings of becoming a classic?
I don't know.
What the hell is your definition of a classic?
You can't say it's a classic by just saying it's gonna be a classic. That's not the same thing.
How could you know?
Like, how do you know? Let it at least give it like 3 months.
Yeah, it hasn't even
This
been.
list is ridiculous.
Whatever. Bowling for Soup, Drunk Enough to Dance. Yeah, it's.
Number 23.
I recognize that font. Didn't we use that font for something?
Something similar.
Something similar. Yeah. I mean, I like this album casually, but
Number 23.
I respect Bowling for Soup, so I'm just gonna keep going. The Wonder
Okay.
Years, The Greatest
Greatest
Generation.
Generation.
Yes, their best
That's
album.
my favorite album by
Same.
then. I think that deserves to be on
Hell
this
yeah.
list.
So
for
many
sure.
great songs on there. I mean, they just
Fantastic
really
album.
hit their stride with that record.
That's one of those records that's really fun to listen to in full. Just
Yes.
sit down, because like
There's
the whole
stories.
concept of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a fucking amazing album. I'm nervous now. We're almost to the top 20.
Let's see, 21. A Day to Remember Homesick. Yay, it's here.
Again, I don't know if I would consider it fully blown pop punk, but fine.
Yes,
Fine.
fine. We both really like this album.
It's a fucking classic.
I got into
Everyone's
them.
favorite.
Yeah, I got into them with this album. I think a lot of people got on board with
Oh, yeah,
Downfall
that
of
was
Us
like,
All.
They had a lot of big songs on this one, so.
All right, we're going. All right.
Okay.
All Time Low at number 20. So wrong, it's right. This is interesting, but it's also, you know what?
Oh,
I
God.
just realized we haven't seen All Time Low on this list. That's surprising.
Does that mean
It's
like,
gonna be
nothing
stuffed ball.
personal and Don't Panic are gonna be on here?
And
oh,
well,
boy.
I would want them to be
No,
here.
I do. I'm just
Yeah.
like all in the top 20 though.
Yeah.
It should be a little more scattered.
A little more variation
Just
there.
says a lot about their fandom, I guess.
Yes. 19. Neck Deep, The Peace and the Panic. Okay, we have not
Life's Put Out to
seen.
Get You better be on here if that one is.
Still though, I don't even know if I would put Neck Deep in like my top 20 of pop punk albums ever. Maybe
I would
Life's
maybe
Not
put
Out.
Life's Not Out to Get You, but
Not 3 albums in the top 40 or whatever
that
they've
makes
had.
me nervous.
18. Fallout
This to Your
Boy.
Grave.
Yay.
I think I might have voted for this one.
Yeah, I can't remember what I voted for
Just
in the
because
fan
it's
voting.
a really good, like, it's, if anything's pop punk, I think this album is full pop
Yes.
punk. Just screams it. everything about it. The writing is fucking insanely good. The music is good. The hooks are good. Like, everything about this album.
Can't do it by myself.
What can I say?
Ah, you literally bumped me out of the way with it. This is how she treats me. She's like, oh, hey, Patrick, you did anything? Let's get the plaque out and slap John with it. Hey.
All Time Low, Don't Panic.
I would put that in my top 10 personally for pop punk albums, maybe even like as far as top 5 because I think, that's one of my favorite pop punk albums.
They really went above and beyond.
Oh, they overwhelmed me with a great album for Baltimore, So Long Soldier, my
Backseat
favorite.
Serenade.
Yes, but my favorite is The Irony of Choking on a Lifesaver, and they're playing that on their new tour that they're on.
Yes.
So we're going to have to be there.
Go there.
We might. Good Charlotte self-titled album. Oh boy.
Number 16.
The anthem is on here, so I think that's like in particular probably what got it voted. 15, Ocean Avenue. Yeah, this one I agree with because it's it literally is a classic and just kind of a defining moment for pop punk. So I think that everybody who listens to music anywhere like near this scene kind of knows and a lot of times respects Yellow Card, especially for some of their output during these years.
Paramore Riot. I knew that this one would be there.
Yeah, that's definitely deserving on a list like this. It's tough for me because I don't personally love this album to death or anything. I really like a lot of it. I mean, there's classics on here. Obviously, I know you like some songs from this record. Let the Flames Begin, though, I think is still the one that hits the hardest off of this. But there's other great tracks. When It Rains, Decoy, obviously the singles, Misery Business, duh.
That's probably why a lot of people pick that.
Right. Are you kidding me? As It Is score in the top 13 with...
How many times am I gonna have to walk out?
Literally, this album is literally the definition of the word okay.
Top 15 of all time.
I revisited this before the release of their new album, and I already can't name a lot of the songs on it. What's Hey Rachel, I'm sorry. Is that on this album?
Yeah, I think
good
so.
God.
It's very forgettable.
Ugh. 12. Oh,
Water Parks,
boy.
Double Dare, okay?
You know, I love this. We both love this album. We love this album.
It was in our top
5 to 10.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it was one of our favorite records of 2016. But here's the complicated factor. I saw that this was one of the albums that you could vote for. I didn't personally vote for it just because I don't really feel like this album is defined by pop punk.
No. It has pop punk in it, but I don't think it necessarily fits that genre. It's a fusion. Yeah. Very much.
I guess, I don't know. I'm going to say that I'm okay with it just because I know the genre evolves and changes some. And
that's why we praise this album because it was a take on pop punk that was different. And I do think... Yeah, okay, fine, make the list. I just don't think it deserves to be top
15. Maybe, I would probably put it, if I was making this list personally, maybe I would put it closer to, the 50 mark.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're seeing this, Austin.
Love you.
Love you. Still come hang out. Number 11.
Oh!
American Idiot. I forgot that this would even be in contention. I didn't even think about that. If this is here, then Dookie sure as hell better be here. American Idiot is such a fucking classic. People from all walks of life come together and end up loving the majority of the songs on here.
Everybody knows at least 3 of these songs
from
this album.
I would say at least 3. You know Boulevard, you know Holiday, you know the title track, American Idiot. Most of you probably know Jesus of Suburbia, and even more.
We're on the top 10 now.
Number 10.
10.
Grayscale's Adornment? Really?
Wow. I mean...
That was your album of the year, so I'm going to let you talk.
I'm honestly... Guys, the fans out there these days, I swear. Holy crap. I mean, congrats to Grayscale,
Yeah, that's big.
That's a really good album. I do love the album. I mean, I'm just so shocked to see it at number 10 of all time.
Since I didn't see it in the top 50, I knew it wouldn't be here. But I don't agree with a top 10 placement, especially considering I've only seen one all-time low record, or 2 all-time low records, and 1 Blink record. I'm very concerned, and I haven't seen Dookie yet. I'm very concerned. Mayday Parade's A Lesson in Romantics. Yeah, it's their best album. I told you, Can we flash back to the clip where I predicted this? I think Around the World's gonna be top 10. State champs, Around the World and Back. Oh boy. No. This is like, it had potential.
There's a
good
few
songs.
Really good songs on there. But
yeah.
Overall, the rest of the album just, I don't...
People were like hyperventilating and cumming themselves over this record. And I'm like, have you ever heard like, I don't know, a really good pop punk album? Number 7, Blink-182, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. Okay, yes, I would personally have that in my top 5, but
that's pretty close.
It's
Number
close.
7.
I might even have it in my. I might have it in my top 3. It's my favorite Blink-182 album. All Time Lows, Nothing Personal. Yeah, I agree with that.
That's like my favorite album by them.
Yeah, Don't Panic is mine, but it's
They're
very
really close for me, but this is the one that I like really got into All Time Low with, so.
Yeah, same here. I got into them in high school with this record.
I love those songs, so.
Yeah,
this is cool.
5, Good Charlotte's the Young and the Hopeless.
Number 5?
Wow. I reviewed this record back in like 2012, and I was still like at that point in my life where I like hadn't totally grown out of them yet, but looking back on that review like 5-6 years later, I feel a little cringy about it just because, no offense, like I know it probably connects for a lot of young people. It did for me when I was younger, but like objectively judging a list based on quality, this would not come anywhere near the top 10, let alone number 5. Oh boy.
Life's Not Out to Get You. I knew it had to be here somewhere. I think it totally deserves to be on this list, but I don't know about number 4.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna, okay, predictions for what's coming. I feel like we're either gonna see Enema, Dookie,
From Under the Cork Tree.
Fall Out Boy? Yeah!
I knew
we called it!
I got it right.
We called it.
From Under the Cork Tree.
Yes.
I think that deserves to be pretty high.
Whoa. Yeah. That's not that album though. There's literally so many songs on here that I play consistently. All of the singles from this record are probably in like my top 200 songs of all time. Little Less 16 Candles, Sugar, Dance Dance.
Honestly, even a lot of the deeper cuts on this I think are fantastic.
Dark Alley, Gin Joints, my God, yes. Fucking XO, Sophomore Slump, I Slept With Someone in Fall Out Boy. Jesus Christ.
Every song. There's not a bad song. All right, number 2.
Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm like holding your wrist.
Close your eyes.
No, you too.
No! Fuck. Okay, we're right. Open.
Yes! I was gonna be so fucking mad if that wasn't on here.
Make it.
Okay, that means Enema's number 1. If Enema's not number 1, like I don't agree with that, but it should be. Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Let's close it. Okay, can you scroll? You're gonna watch you scroll.
All right. 1, 2.
Is it up?
I
called it!
We called the top 3!
We called the top 3! Wow!
Hug me, brother!
I'm not your brother, that would be incest. The things that we do are illegal then. We called the top 3, we did it, we nailed it, and yeah, those 3.
Thank God.
Yeah, Enema of the State, Dookie, and From Under the Cork Tree. I actually wasn't even mad. Where was Nothing Personal? Number 6?
Yeah.
I would have put that to number 5, and then you've got a good top 5. I think that this album was the defining moment that brought pop punk to people's attention. You know, it called attention to that. Dude Ranch was picking up momentum for them, sure, but this is the album that made labels want to start signing pop punk bands, and it started.
Iconic.
It is. And while I don't think that this is like even in their top 3 for their best albums, I still love so many songs on here, from the singles to other tracks like Windy Clear. There's so many great cuts here. And you'd be lying if you said this wasn't one of the best ever. Well, we made it through this top 100 reaction, mostly unscathed, especially in the top 3. We got scathed.
We got lucky there. But
yeah, we got lucky on that.
We got a few issues, though, to say the least.
Yeah, we had problems with the list. I'm sure that you guys have your own opinions and voices on this, so go ahead, start typing up a comment right now. Let us know what you thought of the list. There will be a link down below if you want to check out the full list for yourself. Get your own reactions to it. We would love to know what you think. Don't forget to check out part 1 of this video where we react to the top 50 of the list, like 100 through 51. That is over on Hannah's channel. There's a link down below, or else there will be a pinned comment. Don't forget to drop a like on this video, and we'll see you soon for more right here on Beyond ARTV.